breeze blowing, storm clouds moving in. Whatever's gonna happen, it's about to begin. I remember what the drunk donkey told me when he said, son, don't fear. Mike's where the page light is about to begin. Then he's gonna tell you about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you which way it's going, if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news that they try to hide. Just click on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. Well, there'll always be some haters, but they don't understand that Mike's got a friend and 100,000 more across the land. Well, if you want to know it first and you want to know it right and you want to have time to plan, Drunk Donkey Nation tells your friend Mike, he's your man. Then he's gonna tell you all about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you if it's gonna be a storm, if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news that is trying to hide. Look on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nation. Yeah, here in Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nation.
All right, what's up, everybody? Happy Monday. What's going on? Everybody good? All right, we're good. I had a little glitch here in my brain. It wasn't a computer glitch, it was a brain glitch. Oh, good morning. All right, so we got weather to talk about. Always something to talk about. Tropics are slowly waking up. The official season isn't here until June 1st. But we do have NHC updates going on now with a yellow circle. So, hey, Tom, how was the weather for you, man? Kiki, good morning. Good morning, Roya. Good morning, Candy Francis from New Orleans, home of jambalaya. I love my spicy Cajun food when I get to go up that way. Dodie, good morning. Missed you. Yep, well, we're back. John Chase, good morning. Mary, Katie, Sue, Alto from Kissimmee. What's up? Bushnell. Is that Ethan, right? Yeah, so we do got some weather. Great racing at Wilkes. Yeah, Chris, except for the feature. I don't know, man. That was a bust, I think. Larson pretty much snoozed the event. Wasn't too a lot of hype. They always hype up the All-Star race to the point where you expect so much. So it's easy to get let down when things don't pan out. There was very little passing, little bumping. It was awful. I think watching paint dry would have been more exciting. Travis, good morning. Glenn, good morning. Port St. Lucie, Francis. Waiting on Hurricane Hunter Chardonnay. Brenda from St. John, USVI. What's up? That would be the U.S. Virgin Islands. Robert from Pensacola. No grip. Exactly, Matt. I'm surprised they didn't put the VHT out there on the upper groove. That would have made probably good sense, right? Kind of make a second lane there, maybe. I'm sure if they could do it all over again, they would have. Nancy. And, of course, good morning, Miss Shelley. That's our admin here behind the scenes. But yeah, all right, so here's this deal. This is our daily brew. We're doing it every day this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Doing it next Monday. Next week's going to be a little weird. I'm going to be at the Gulf Coast Jam. Going to bring the stuff with me, though, because I can't go that long without talking. So I'm going to try to do a daily brew from the it's not a hotel, it's an Airbnb house, because we're going to be up there for the big Gulf Jam concert. I'll be doing some events up there I'm really excited about. That would be Panama City Beach. next week. But this week we'll be live every day. So our Daily Brew brought to you by our good friends at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. Hope you got to visit them over the weekend. Great company. Does a lot for our great state here and supporting everything that I do. Also, big thanks to Done Right Roofing here locally. Pasco, Hillsboro, Pinellas, supporting the small town here in our great little area. So here's what we're going to talk about, weather in a nutshell. Then we're going to say a few more hellos. I'm going to try to do a little something different. I'm going to kind of talk about the talking points first. We have tropical low marked by the NHC heading up to Bermuda. We got a lingering front over Florida. We got storms today in the southeast, especially lower Georgia, Alabama, down into Florida. They're expecting a lot of thunderstorms today through the peninsula, panhandle area. Frontal boundary just kind of stalling out. So things are juicy out there. Calling it a moist air mass. So we're going to have rain next few days in the south. This low pressure area is going to drift back north, and it could be a little sneaky. I'm surprised it isn't marked, but I have a feeling we're going to have another marked area by the weekend for the southeast coast. And this thing could bring some weather up to the Carolinas, unfortunately, like Saturday, maybe Friday, Saturday this weekend, Memorial Day weekend. So a little tropical low could be forming from an old front. And then that's about it for now. So that's kind of what we're going to talk about today in a nutshell. Tropics in a nutshell. Miss Candy, good morning. Miss Katie Haley. Ken from Palm Coast. So we had some storms on the west coast of Florida this morning, and sometimes they bring water spouts in the morning. I was almost itching to go over there and check them out. There was one off Madeira Beach. Sometimes these morning thunderstorms rise and get what they need to get some water spouts going, but I didn't see any pictures yet. But anyway, so yeah, Rays are good. Might go to a game Friday night. Kind of excited about that. The softball weekend was great. We had a big tournament up in we were in We were in Altamont Springs. Had a great weekend up there. Met a lot of fans. It's fun. Hope your weekend was great. But we're going to be sitting here at the old desk for a week here. So let's get into it. I'm going to try to pop over and say hi to everybody when we can, but I don't like to lose everybody. Jordan, yeah, FSU softball's on fire. I'll tell you who was on fire was my girl this week, man. She batted over 750. She had a complete 8-inning game against the top team there. The team was 4-0, and she got to pitch the whole game and did amazing. So proud of her, man. She had a couple of colleges reach out to her already, so things are looking up. Things are looking up. All right, let's talk about tropics. Open image and new tab. Here we go. This is it. So, my hype video, let me go to YouTube real quick. So, we are streaming live on YouTube. It's getting bigger. We really appreciate it. We got a new sponsor this year on YouTube, All Dry. We love them. They do a lot of work cleaning up storms, unfortunately. But if you need them, they're there for you. And we like the duck. We like ducks and pelicans. But I did a video last week, first storm to watch. That was 4 days ago. So, if you watched it, that was what I was talking about. This little guy right here. So, nothing to worry about. It does look pretty healthy on satellite, below satellite, like your windy at. This is a weak low pressure area. Not going to affect the continental U.S. It is going to bring storms and rains to Bermuda. We have a lot of people in Bermuda. Don't call it a fish storm. Oh, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jordan Fleece. Thank you, Katie. What's up, Austin, my buddy? Superstar. Austin. Cheers to Austin. We're going to talk about some sneaky weather coming to Florida. I got to talk about, by the way. I missed that in the nutshell. So, we're going to get through this, and then I'm going to talk about what I think is not being talked about yet, but you're going to hear a lot about it. We have a high pressure gradient with this low, not this low, another low. And we're going to have some serious wind and waves pounding down into northern half of Florida this week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Enough that we could see some pretty significant beach issues again. A lot of seawalls have compromised. I checked the moon cycle. We're not on a new moon right now, but the winds are going to be intense. The waves are going to be intense. So if you're in North Florida, pay attention. This is something that ain't being talked about right now. But anyway, this little guy, if you look below the surface, it looks pretty healthy. It's only 10%, but it is a low. And might have a little window here to try to get going. But there you go. Now, pretty healthy looking, right? It's beautiful. But that's what they look like under this is your 1,000 millibar low. This is your low level winds. So there you go. That's what it is. Kind of healthy looking, actually. Doesn't have any mid-level low. That's why it's not really organized yet. But anyway, what's it going to do? Well, we got a lot of, look at this. These are some of our tropical maps. But, NHC's only got it 10%. Did you notice yesterday? I think they were teasing me. Because they had a 5-day red 70% at yesterday morning, 8 o'clock. And I'm like, that ain't right. And it was 10%. If you went to the 2-day, you would have saw that it was 10%. So maybe they're like, I bet you Mike's going to share it, and then we'll get him in trouble. And we'll take it down. Because it was red 70. I'm like, this ain't right. All right, so we got a lot of people living in Bermuda. Here you go. This is just kind of what you can expect throughout the next couple of days. Here's your low. A lot of sloppy, storms. We talked about it last week. Nothing's changed. So there's our low, and there you go. So the next 3 days, basically, a lot of storms across Bermuda. That's that. Let's not talk about that anymore. All right, so storms today. We got an interesting setup going on. Here's your long-range weather, by the way. Heavy rain across South Georgia, a little bit of South Carolina, but mainly Florida here. Heavy rain, 523 to 526. That's just basically this week because of this front. And then we got heavy rain down here through tomorrow. So we have a lingering front. You can see that here if you go to your surface charts. This is for the next 3 days. You can see the front just hangs around. Anytime you get a front hanging around, you get low pressure, you get a lot of rain. Storms with daytime heating. Here is long-range surface charts. This is Thursday. You can see low. They're showing a low. This is Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That wasn't too good. But there's their low. I mean, they're showing a little low. This, this could be a Memorial Day barbecue downer if you're living in the Carolinas and maybe north of that into Virginia. So we'll show that here in a second. But that's what's on tap. Frontal line is bringing all this rain. I've been posting a lot throughout the day today. I'm going to show you a couple of graphics. I'm going to get right into this wind thing. But here is rain chances today. This is a good map. I like opening the days now with this map. This is your rain percentages for today. You can obviously see almost 100% rain, 89% across Orlando. 80. These are percentages of rain chances today. That's some pretty heavy-duty rain chances here across the south. Minus the Florida west coast again. That's because our wind flow coming in off of the Gulf, pushing everything inland. So west coast of Florida not getting much, but that's today's rain chances. And let me pull one more graphic up. This is rainfall for the week. I thought I posted it right here. All right, so here's your rainfall for the week. This is through Friday. And you can kind of see the same trend here. Unfortunately, the light green, light blue is not giving anybody on the Florida West Coast much. But, man, that sea breeze line kicks in a little bit west of Interstate 75. And we can see, 3-4 inches consistently all the way through Georgia, all the way down the state here. Heavy rains for the Florida East Coast. Now, when you get these isolated supercells, you're going to get a lot more than this. This is like an overall coverage map. This is a blend of models. Isolated supercells can produce a lot more than that. Storms today, 9 o'clock. We got a new update from the Storm Prediction Center. Here you go. And we got a large area in green, which means we could have some stronger thunderstorms than usual Let's pull up. I guess we just click on Florida here. Here we go. So anyway, there you go. This includes South Georgia, South Alabama, but there you go. Dark green usually means strong storms. So we're going to see a lot of storms popping today, Monday. Like I said, the flow is west to east. We can see that with future radar here real quick. Let's pull that up. Shane, good question. Shane wants to know what El Nino is going to do. Nobody knows that. Telford Holmes. The reason everybody's baffled right now with El Nino because they're expecting this water temperature is so hot right now, and really no one really knows. Like last year, third year La Nina, right? All the preseason hype was like, we're going to have a hyperactive season. Oh my God. We're going to have like triple the storms as normal, but it ended up being a normal season. Nobody predicted that. Now they say, well, it was third year La Nina. Well, so now they're like, well, now we're El Nino, but we have hot water. I say this. Hot water fuels everything. And as long as that water's hotter than normal, which we are, things are going to pop. And other things that concern me with an El Nino year, I say it all the time, looking back in history, 92 started out as a strong El Nino year. We had Andrew. Dorian was a strong El Nino year. We had Dorian. 4 was an El Nino year. We had Gene and Francis. Those all 4 came across. 18, Florence came across. So there's been a lot of storms come across, missing that shear down in the Caribbean. And, of course, Michael was 18. So I'm just saying, don't get too wrapped up with this El Nino when we have hot water. It's my unprofessional opinion. But looking back at El Nino years, storms figured out a way to come around that western Atlantic and impact the East Coast, especially Florida. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, so here's future radar. You can kind of get what's going on. Look at that massive attack of storms just coming across the state. Look at that. That's today. Boom! Look at that. This is afternoon showers. All the way to Alabama, Georgia, down to Miami and Key West. That's a solid line of storms erupting today. So that's what we got to look forward to today. Like I said, West Coast, Florida, very little. The wind. Anytime we get these winds coming in west to east, it doesn't bring much action. The high pressure, way over here somewhere. So we really don't have that true Bermuda high set up right now. So that's that. That's what we got to look forward to today. Storms. All right, let's slow down. Then I'm going to talk about this weekend weather. We're going to talk about Travis. What's up? What do you think of the NASCAR race, man? I'm sure Junior was very disappointed. Laura, thank you so much. That's right, Felice. It only takes one. Savannah wants to know about the Bahamas. I think you'll be fine. This area that we're going to be talking about is going to be north of you, so the Bahamas should be nice. Derek, good question. Water temperatures are warming up. Wants to know about temperatures. Here's a link direct to Tropical Tidbits. This is your water anomaly map. And you can see it. Let's just do the whole... What the hell is it? Western Atlantic. There we go. Well, Tropical Atlantic. North Atlantic. There we go, North Atlantic. And then let's bring it up. All right. So here's a current 30-year anomaly map from 1981 to 2010. This is just, whatever. They use 30-year numbers for averages. But you can see the Gulf is definitely warmed back up. Remember we talked about that. It would cool down temporarily, but now it's back hot again. These are normally the zero range is your normal over history, and as you can see, much of the Atlantic and main development region, especially off Africa, is way warmer than normal, 1 to 2 to 3 degrees. So there you go. The Gulf's hot more than normal, and the Atlantic is warmer more than normal. So both the Atlantic, but we don't look out here early season. We get a lot of dust. We get a lot of Saharan air layer this time of year. We normally don't see waves make their ways across. Everything June, Well, May. We get a lot of systems in May, believe it or not. May, June, and July usually is homegrown in this area right here. So that's where we look. And then peak season, once El Nino gets here, this area could have a lot of shear, which we showed a bazillion times. But, when you get a lot of wind shear, peak season, a lot of these waves might not make it across. But like we saw with Florence, it went around. Dorian went around. Well, Dorian was up here, but Andrew went around. So, a lot to watch, but the water's hot. Sometimes the Saharan air layer acts as a blanket, and sometimes it kind of helps cool the Atlantic. I remember years that the Atlantic was cool, and then at the last second, really warmed up quick. So, Melbourne, you're going to get it, Rose. Lots of rain coming across the state of Florida today. It's out there. There's a lot of moisture in the air. It's moist. Moist and juicy out there in the air. We have moisture. People hate that word. Here's a great map from Bay News 9. They have some great graphics. I have linked here. Mike Clay's friend of mine. You can go to their website, Spectrum Bay News 9, and they have all these great maps here. But this is a good one here. Atmospheric moisture. What's going on there? Sign into Google Drive. I didn't want to do that. But anyway, atmospheric moisture. They have a moist meter. If you want a moist meter, we're green, very moist. You can also look at water vapor loops, kind of see the same thing. Let's zoom into the southeast here. And then we're going to talk about what the big story coming this week. Here's your moisture map, kind of showing you. I don't like that one. Oh, here's a good one. Well, this one's not too bad. I want a wider angle one. We'll just click on that one. But there's your moisture map. There you go. Showing you all this blues, greens, and whites are moisture. There's our little low spinning. See it? Cute little guy. All right, see it spinning down there? Yeah, cute. All right. Cassandra needs rain in Hernando. You ever been to the Florida Cracker Kitchen? I don't know if I can say that or not. They buzzed me one time for saying CRACER. The moist meter. All right. So what's coming this week? All right. So let's talk about the models. Let's go to Tropical Tidbits. So we do not have a circle. I do not know why. They have a new 7-day map. I thought for sure in 7 days we'd have a little spot here because it's 7 days from now, but we don't. Well, let's go to Tropical Tidbits and just show you the consistency of what's going on. We've been talking about this a lot. Old fronts are a definite hot spot on tropical developments. May systems are very common. We've had a system in May or April, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We did not have in 21. We did not have one in 22, but we had one in 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So it happens a lot. There you go, Cassandra. That place is my favorite. They just opened one up here in Tampa, seafood version. They had blackened, I think it was mahi. It was a fish. I think it was mahi. Blackened mahi and a bowl of grits. Oh my God, it was the best thing ever. Oh. But old fronts lingered. So Memorial Day weekend, here's what we got to look forward to or not look forward to. This is the low we're watching now. This is tropicaltidbits.com. These blues are your lower pressures. High pressures are orange. And what we're going to see is two things. We're going to see a low pressure system try to get going here along the southeast coast. We're also going to see a pretty tight pressure gradient, which is going to bring in a lot of winds down into the Florida, Georgia, lower Georgia, and the Florida coastlines. But your latest GFS, let's focus in this general area here. This is the area that's marked now. We're not watching that one too much. Here's this low pressure Thursday, Friday this week, and you can pretty much see, a weak low going up into the Carolinas on Saturday and Sunday. So, 1,005's weak. Yes. This is Friday, Saturday right here. But it's enough to get a circle. Why don't we have a circle? Why am I getting an email from Rays? Let's see what the Rays say. Oh, yeah. Are you coming this week? Yeah, let's do it. Somehow I got on their... Then I got an eHarmony email. Why am I getting eHarmony emails? I never signed up for that. All right. Sorry, Julie. Interesting, man. So 1,005 is nothing to stress about. But it could be tropical as far as Arlene goes. It could be subtropical. It could be weak. Sitting over that warm Gulf Stream. We already saw what those Fort Lauderdale rains did a couple weeks ago. That Gulf Stream is warm. Water temperatures are, drum roll, let's go back to Bay News 9 because they also have some amazing water temperature maps. So here's your current water temperature maps, and they are already in the 80s plus here along the Gulf Stream. So 80 degrees is typically where tropical systems need. But anyway, all right, there's GFS. The bummer of this whole thing, though, like I said, is Memorial Day weekend. This could bring in some rain and storms up into the East Coast, meaning more East Coast. And if I meant Florida East Coast, I'd say Florida East Coast. This is the East Coast. Not everything's Florida, even though I'm Floridian. All right, Euro. Here it is. This is now. Oh, this was running 6Z. Let's go 00Z. This is now, and here is then. Here's Thursday. Now, what's got my attention more than anything is we're not really showing high rain chances, but if we have a low pressure system sitting off the coast of Florida throughout the week, we're gonna have increased storms, rain, especially along the East Coast. Here's Thursday for Euro, and look, weak low, but hey, it tries to close it off. This is Saturday morning. It's enough to talk about. Especially since it's a holiday weekend. So there's that. My buddy Icon. Love the Icon model. So here it is. This is Thursday. There you go. Close to the coast. This is Friday. And then it kind of turns it into Virginia a little bit. So it's still a few days away, but look, even the 6Z had a little bit closer to the coast here. All right, then we got the Canadian. I don't know. Some years are good, some years are not. This year, we don't know yet. But there it is. Pretty good little low. Turning up into Carolinas on Saturday. So it's enough to talk about. Nothing to worry about. But, hey, it happens. Tropics happen in this time of year. I was looking at some rain real quick. Let's see. We get some big winds. All right, so we're going to talk about these winds here in a second. But let's look at some rain. All right, so if the Canadian's right, this is what you got. Boom. This is Saturday and Sunday. Yucky, right? Sorry. Even goes to Monday morning. So there you go. Let's look at the Euro rain. This is, blah, blah, blah. Here's Friday. Ugh, getting into Saturday. And kind of Sunday. So you can kind of you can definitely feel what's cooking. Barbecue chicken and beans. And coleslaw. No, Mom's macaroni salad is the best. There's nothing like Mom's macaroni salad with extra mayonnaise and beans. The hot and cold combination is like the best. And when you mix the two together, Love it. All right, that's a Euro GFS. There's your little low. This is Friday, and look, kind of the same thing. So that's consistency enough to say, hey, we got something to watch as far as rainy, stormy weather goes. La 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 la. All right, so that's that. All right, so that, I don't want to talk too much more about that. We're almost getting to the point of golf jam time. Too far away though. All right, let's take a look at the winds. All right, so the big story that might be happening enough that I might even go over there because I have a feeling that we're going to see some pretty big coastal issues come Thursday and Friday for the Florida coast. So here's what's going on. This is Thursday afternoon, basically. These are winds. Let me slow down a little bit and say what's everybody talking about. Hey, what's up, Sean? Massachusetts. I said Massachusetts. Beans and slaw. Cindy, everybody's hungry now. Man. Kevin lives in Oldsmar. Yep. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get any rain today. I don't know. Shelly, I'll stick to that one. I like that one. Black and Mahi. Oh my God, that's right, Mark. Field day outside Myrtle Beach on Friday. Laura, listen, you're gonna be. It's gonna be iffy. Just gonna be iffy right now. There's gonna be a low pressure setting up to your south, so just pay attention. There's a good chance it could rain a little bit for you. But here's the bigger story. This is Thursday afternoon. Look at these winds rolling in here. This is high pressure to the north. Kind of what we saw with Nicole when we had Nicole coming in. We had a low to the south, high to the north. Remember all these winds, low pressure spins this way, high pressure spins this way. And look where it's all funneling at right there. Boom. So this general area right here, this Thursday, Friday, man, we're going to see a lot of winds rolling in. A lot of winds. This is Friday midnight. So, a lot of these areas were affected with Nicole and Ian. A lot of seawalls are still down. So this is something to really watch for Thursday, Friday, as our low comes in high to the north, big pressure gradient. A lot of wind rolling in here. Could be some flooding here for Brunswick, maybe into Savannah some. All this is going to be pushing in right here. So, St. Mary's. I really believe we'll see some flood advisories up and maybe even for the St. Mary's River. Did I say it right? I always mess it up. Not St. Mary, St. John. That's what messes me up. I got a buddy that lives in St. Mary's, Troy Meredith. It's St. John's. That's why I always mess it up. All right. But here's some more maps that I think are really going to tell you what's going on here. So let's look at these winds coming in waves. So this is your wave map from the Euro. And here's Thursday. But look at Friday. We really have that showing up. So Thursday they're bad, Friday they're really bad. And if this is true, we could see some pretty big waves impacting the Florida north coast here. And like I said, we had a lot of seawalls already down. I don't know if we can do a wave map here. It's not really going to show it. Maybe wind gust, maybe. Just to give an idea. Yeah, it's not really going to show what I wanted to show. So really we can't go too big. I can't zoom in too close. So we can do southeast. But yeah, so this is what I'm going to keep my eye on more than anything is these winds. This is only through Thursday. Friday's the bigger day. And it'll be really interesting to see. So there you go. Here they are. Big waves and winds. Purple is like 30 feet plus. Red is like, this is not surge. These are waves off the coast. as the shelf waters get shallower, the waves start to lose, a little punch. They don't come in at 20 feet, but they do pound the beach pretty good. And I mean, we're showing orange here across Florida, and that is pretty big. So we'll keep an eye on that. This is Thursday, Friday. I mean, yeah. So anyway, that is what we're talking about. Yeah, Jill, talk about the hot northwest. Yes, we are in a weird pattern with temperatures right now. We are definitely showing hotter here. We had a northeast cool down last week. Remember, it was really record breaking at tail end of last week. It's just the jet stream, and this is the way it is. Jet stream kind of comes down, subtropical jet ups the moisture a little bit down in the south and kind of blocks things here across the Pacific and brings them in some heat. So, all right. Let's talk about anything else now. Brandy, I don't know about that. Not a... yeah, El Nino's pretty solid. Michael Sumner asked over on YouTube. Kevin's over there getting me hungry. Vicky, good morning. Panama City. I'm heading your way next week. Oh, Katie, what do you think about the mouse? I got a new mouse. Look. Wireless. But look, it doesn't click. I was listening back to my YouTube video, and I could not believe how loud the click was. And I couldn't believe nobody complained about it. So I went and got a mouse that I like so far. And Shelly, it does have a little clicker on the scroll. I was so worried about look at I can work like this. Ooh. Look at that, that's crazy. But it does have little it does have the prices right little ticker on there that keeps it from spinning there. Doot, 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 doot. $1,000. Spin the big wheel. So yeah, no more clicks. Oh, you can't miss the clicks. Future cast by the Alert Channel. That's a good question, Derek. Let's take a look. So you know where you can go for that. I got a million links. Let's close some windows here. So Tropical Tidbits has long range tropics maps, so you can take a look at too. But right here, if you go to Tropical Tidbits, we can go to regions, go to US, go to climate, go to CFS monthly. I don't know which one's better. And you can go to thermodynamics and do your 2 millimeter temp anomaly, and we can load up the month of June. According to that, white's about normal for June. Go to July. A little warmer than normal. August. This is overall for the month. So, I mean, weekly it might bounce around, but overall, look at September. I don't know. Look at December. Look at December. Jeez. Look at that. The whole country is hotter than normal. But I don't know. There's another model map, the Can Sips. I don't know how you pronounce it. But let's look at June. Yeah, see now there's two different models. This is looking back at 2010 and I think the other one's only yeah, see this is no, it's the same year. I don't know. But anyway, Can Sips is another one. This is June. So yeah, it could be cooler. A little cooler. There's June, July, a little cooler. August, here comes the warmth. September, so I don't know. Definitely looking warm past June here. July, August, September, October. We talked about this one time too, but you can look at precipitation models sometimes. You can look at high pressure models sometimes. You can look at where you think the Bermuda High is going to set up. It's really hard to tell. But I do like looking at the precipitation anomalies. And you can see like July, Green means more than average anomalies. See across the main development region. So as we get into July, long range saying it's going to be more rain in the main development region in July. August here, almost the same. Dry across where they expect maybe El Nino. But here's, moisture that I'm worried about that might find a way over. So the good news with El Nino, we say before, is the Caribbean should have a lot of wind shear. And hopefully that guarantees the Caribbean at least will have a slow season, through the Caribbean. Here's August, September. Oh boy. A lot of moisture across the, again, this is the areas I'm, if I had to pinpoint an area to watch that's being sneaky, it would be the Western Atlantic. Here's September, October, November. So I don't know what these things really mean. Monthly, let's look at August, heavy rain across homegrown areas in August. I don't know these maps. I don't know. But overall September, look, heavy moisture here across the main part that we got to worry about. Again, north of the typical areas where we see, maybe that's going back to El Nino years. No one knows. There's October. The good news about October, at least for Florida and the Southeast, is this is usually where you look in October. And a couple of these models are showing lower moisture content. Doesn't mean anything. Like we know, Michael's here, missed all this stuff, but I like my clicker. I subconsciously, it's here September. So again, just my weird looking back at history, I still think this is the area that's going to be sneaky this year. And there's no rhyme or reason. You see Taylor Swift singing in the rain? That was pretty cool. Singing in the rain. All right, that's about it. Let's see if there's anything else I added this week. No new link alerts, Miss Shelley. Here's the MJO cycle. So we're watching weird Memorial Day setup. We'll see if the National Hurricane Center mentions it. Maybe they will. They should, I would guess, soon. This little system isn't expected to do much. It's at 10%. Can barely even see it. Let's go to Weather Nerds. Then let's look at some ensembles for our weekend setup. But here is, somewhere down here, is our system. Let's put it in motion here. weathernerds.org. Do you know that you can buy the extension beer? I think I bought it the other day, actually. But there you go, broad level spin right here. See it? Very broad. It's a big old gal. She's a big broad area of low pressure. I think I did buy Mike's webpage beer, actually. All right, what else we talk about? We'll wrap her up here in a few minutes. A lot of shark activity, T. Martinez says. Huh. Well, it's probably because it's warm over there. The Gulf Stream. So, no new links, Tom. The silent clicker, Miss Becky. I love my clicker. I'm going to have to do a little YouTube. I got to do a highlight video for Emily so she can post it. She had a great weekend. Hey, Jeff, how you been, buddy? I haven't seen you in a while, man. Had a good time on our cruise, man. Let's leave that on here. Yeah, Jeff, it was cool meeting you at the cruise this year. It was a lot of fun. Hope your daughter's doing well. Met her on the cruise. So we got our 3rd annual cruise coming up. You got to check it out. I'm telling you. It's the most fun you'll ever have hanging out with fellow weather geeks. So much fun. Read all about it right there. What else can we talk about? Any questions we can look at? The don't forget, this thing is streaming live. You can go back and watch it. It'll be available on YouTube and Facebook. Kind of waiting to see really the afternoon models. We'll see. The big unknown. Two big unknowns coming. We know afternoon thunderstorms are normal. The two big unknowns coming Thursday, Friday are going to be the amount of waves and winds coming into the northern Florida coastline, and if we have any chance of that low pressure getting going, maybe sneaking into the Carolinas for Memorial Day weekend. So I still think there's an outside chance this could be a weak system, weak low. Remember, there's a big difference when you talk about low pressure areas versus a hurricane. So just because it's a low pressure doesn't mean it's a hurricane. So I got to be careful sometimes. When I say low pressure, it's low pressure. Low pressure basically just mean increased rains, more abilities for storms, basically. So when you have low pressure, storm chances come up. So, hey, Jason Fowler. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, we were just talking about that, Jason. Very curious. Again, I think it's going to be close enough to the coast this weekend that you're going to feel some definitely effects coming in for you. So, hey, Cheryl Harper, good morning. Yeah, Katie Haley, our Gulf Coast Jam logo is on there. But let's look at, I want to look at some ensembles for this weekend. Another map we really didn't look at is the UK. So here's another couple maps. So this weekend's low pressure area. We'll look at UK just for kind of put it all in perspective. What we're going to see this weekend. There's our weak low setting up, and that's not anything to stress about, but it's enough that it's going to bring rainy action. It's Saturday morning, so that means everything's going to start brewing Friday, counterclockwise your way. That's UK. Again, the Euro showing same weak low, almost exactly the same. So very good consistency of a weak low pressure area from this front trying to get going. And there's a Canadian. So it's going to be sneaky. I'm telling you. It's going to be sneaky. Unfortunately, holiday weekend. The European ensembles, there isn't really anything showing up on our colored map, which I really like. This is like a blend color map of probabilities, and it really isn't showing anything. I was really surprised there was nothing. Wasn't anything. But as far as low pressure areas go, you can see plenty of little spaghetti lines basically just showing you weak low pressure spinning off northeast this weekend. So again, very low chances, but enough that it could definitely cause some messed up barbecue chicken. And again, my big question mark is this low pressure hanging out off the coast of Florida, and it's going to be close enough to the coast of Florida throughout the week here that we'll have to see what kind of action we get. But this is today. Here's tomorrow, Tuesday. Here's Wednesday. So basically the next 3 days, man, we just got a lot of rain chances. Storms across the peninsula mainly. Here's Thursday. There's that low now. So oh no, Julie just said he lost a tooth. Oh no, which dog lost a tooth now? We're going to have a redneck dog? Oh man. One of my dogs lost a tooth. Do they do implants? Oh man. Oh. Well, I hope it's not Louie. I don't know. Who is it? I just put who. Which dog? Which dog? I gotta go pick them up. That's why we have no dogs today, by the way. Sorry, we were gone this weekend, so the dogs were at the vet. Do dogs have baby teeth? I'm really anxiously here to find out which dog. Julie, tell me. She's at work right now. But everybody's missing dogs. Poor baby teeth. But I had dreams of him being a model. Well, maybe he could be on a new beer can. Imagine Louis. It'd be redneck Louis missing his front tooth. All right, so this is so Thursday we're gonna have this low pressure sitting right here, and this is gonna be what's interesting to watch. So tightening low pressure system. It's gonna be bringing in these winds. We got the high pressure to the north, so this is where we start to worry about the winds in the coastal areas on Thursday here, and then we get into Friday. There's that low. So Thursday, Friday could be sneaky with some storms here rolling in towards the Florida Peninsula, and unfortunately the Bahamas too. This is midweek Friday, Thursday, Friday. This will be sitting smack dab over the Gulf Stream, which is warm. And then by Saturday, there it starts to pull out. And the Bahamas are looking good. So at least for the weekend, look at that. Big question here is going to be this low. What does it do here? Does it, depending on where this is, if it's here, some of the models are actually more, I don't know why they have it so far off the coast. But the closer this low is to the coast, Friday and Saturday will really change the impacts here for Memorial Day weekend. So yeah, there you go. We'll be watching it. And then by Sunday, how about that? Sunday looks pretty good. So regardless of what happens, Sunday does look good. And it looks like it's going to pull out for Monday. So that is the good trend that we're seeing. Is a good Sunday, Monday. That's all I got to say about that. Hey, Linda. Oh, man, I don't know. She hasn't told me which dog it is yet. Oh. I don't know why I'm so upset about my dog movements. We just got him all. He's got to take steroids. He's on prednisone. It's helping him big time. Anyway. Traumatic. Oh, God. All right. So that's about it. So don't forget our cruise. We really welcome all of our diehard MWPs to come along. And we do a really fun meet and greet. We're going to expand that this year. Didn't know what to expect last year. This year, it's private in a private lounge on the ship. It's cocktails are free. We're going to have a PA system. We're going to do some raffles. We're going to say hello to everybody. We're going to hand out swag bags and free stuff and mingle, get to know everyone. That's fun. I do an awesome presentation on the ship. I can't wait to do that. We give everybody certificates of completion, Hurricane Preparedness 2024. That's a big highlight of the trip that you can come to. And we'll have a big question and answer session afterwards to talk about weather. And then we have a lot of other stuff planned. So, Nicole, what's I-95 weather going to be? Wet. Stormy. Stormy. Anyway. All right, cool. So, official hurricane season is still June 1st. We're talking tropics already, but that's the way it rolls. All right. So, let's see a couple more cool things on the site. Don't forget, Father's Day is coming up. You got some new tropical gear. I got my new t-shirt design. Been doing really well. I appreciate all the support with the shirts. This one went over really good. Really appreciate it. That's the new summer design. We also got the new Bring It On. Well, we used to be Bring It On. Now it's Only Takes One. But it's got our new official logo on there with the backside showing all the named storms. That one's been going really good. So you get your Only Takes One shirt for all the dads out there. And then also the coolest dad present is the Tempest Weather Station. You get a 10% off and free shipping right now going on. So 10% off. Click the link and it's the official weather station of Mike's Weather Page, and I love mine to pieces. Good times. All right, let's put the radar on here. We'll say goodbye. Here's the storm starting to brew up. Like I said earlier, man, we're going to see some pretty big storms today through here, and everything's rolling this way. So big storms today expected across the southeast. I don't know if Florida West Coast is going to get any or not. We'll see about that. Agnes, that's a good. I like questions. Agnes, I think it's very possible that we'll get a system early this year just because the water's hot. I posted this graphic the other day. It's a good model. It's a good map here. This is climate cyclone climatology right here. Boom. And I like this map. It's kind of confusing, but this is the Atlantic. It talks about when we typically got systems. Trying to make it fancy and like fit the screen. But anyway, so usually since 1991 to 2020, that's 30-year span, our first tropical storm or subtropical storm is usually around June 20th on average. Second name system, usually July 17th. There you go down. Usually the first hurricane's August 11th, right? Not June, not July. So usually early season systems are more tropical storms, subtropical. So on average, first hurricane is usually around August 11th. Second one around August 26th. Major hurricanes on average September 1st, usually. So it takes a long time for couple things to happen. Three things. So this time of the year, through about July, we get a lot of Saharan air layer, a lot of dust, which suppresses hurricane organization, helps suppress, meaning helps prevent hurricanes, helps. Usually the water's not that hot yet. It takes a while for the water to really get hot, especially below the surface. That's why that's September. And also, usually, minus El Nino years, that's when the shear, your typical shear relaxes in the upper atmosphere. And I do have a shear map here, which kind of shows you typical. This is your vertical shear. And you can see how it, during the months of August, September, October, it's the lowest. And right now it's above normal. But usually we get those big storms because the wind shear is lower. So we have the hottest water, the lowest wind shear, and the less south. Three things, a lot more than that. But now that we have El Nino, could be less storms, but it only takes one. Don't get wrapped up in storm numbers. It only takes one. Ride-alongs. I'm already in trouble because I'm getting emails from eHarmony. Jay Jody, how you doing? Jacksonville, Sarah Hall, great question. How bad are the winds going to be? Jacksonville, pretty strong. Let's take a look here. They're going to be pretty strong. Coming in from the northeast. Initial maps are showing let's see if I can go, that's maximum. Let's see if I can do daily. What is wind gust? So really, Thursday's not. Thursday's going to be 20s. These are wind gusts, but you're going to be in the 20s. Thursday, 20s, maybe 30 wind gusts. But then Friday's the bigger day. There's Friday. So you could be borderline, 30, 40 miles an hour plus coming in off of the Atlantic on Friday for wind gusts. Guaranteed surf will be up. Sure up. Let's take a look at that. See how far forward we can go here. Let's see here. How far forward? It's 48 hours. Let's go. It's 48 hours. Let's see. 54, 60, 60. And there's our wave map, 180 hours. So this is Friday. Oof, Friday. Man, it's going to be windy. All right, there's Friday surf forecast. So there you go. So you can see your Friday surf forecast. Really increased waves here. Really pretty much across the whole East Coast. I mean, Carolinas down to Florida. Increased waves big time. Surf's up. Dude. Oh, Sarah Hall, you're welcome. Thank you. Idaho. How's the potatoes in Idaho? But you never heard that one. Right. What's up, Biggie Hill? Good morning. Agnes, good morning. Anybody else I missed? Now I got to stress about my dog. Steve, St. Augustine. What's up? All right, cool. We went an hour. Rambled on enough. Appreciate that. We will be live tomorrow. A lot of weather to talk about. So in a nutshell, strong thunderstorms today. Lower Georgia, Alabama, definitely down into Florida. Watch the skies. They're coming. We have a very moist air mass. Tropical yellow thingy going to Bermuda. Nothing looks like it's going to organize. Maybe not. More than likely. A lot of wind shear. We do have a lingering front all week long over Florida. That's going to pop over the Gulf Stream Thursday. It could be interesting to watch. Might have a chance to become weak. Big winds. We just highlighted Thursday, Friday. Possible rains Friday, Saturday into the Carolinas and Virginia to watch. In a nutshell. All right. Cool. Justin Waters. How's it going? Chris, I did not get a report yet by which dog it is. So Julie's left me in suspense. Darn it. Can I get fake teeth for dogs? Hey, yeah, Miss Newbies. Wednesday night. If you go to Golf Jam, they got I think they talk about it. There's a Jim Beam jam sessions, I think they call it, where we've actually vote the opening acts for 4 days. So that'll be Wednesday night. Cool. All right. See you all tomorrow. Have a great day. I'll fill everybody in on which dog. And tomorrow we'll have the dogs. And we'll be making their television debut tomorrow. The toothless dog. Whichever one he is. Oh, man. I just have a bad feeling it's Hunter. That poor dog. All right. We'll see you guys. Bye-bye.